So every time I go out to do these overnight adventures, I have to go through all of these boxes behind me, pick out all the stuff I'm going to take, make a list first, and usually the list is very, very long, and I always forget something every single time without fail. So I thought what I'd do today with Caroline here is make a kind of tool roll thing similar to the utensil roll, but for things that you can see here. If I've got that angle right. Yeah, maybe my backhoe Laplander, a knife, I've got some sharpening stuff, little pen knife, my hatchet. Basically, this is going to be a tool roll for fire, wood preparation, lighting, etc. And then if I have a few of these different things, I can just pick them up, chuck them in my bag, and hopefully not forget everything. The thing is, I don't know what I'm going to be putting in it, and it's going to vary. So I think we're going to do it in such a way that it's like a generic, general purpose kind of tool roll, which can be used for anything. So maybe to be clearer about what I'm planning on putting in here, my knife, at the moment anyway, this backhoe Laplander, which obviously a little folding saw, things like the fire steel, this sharpening stone with a strop, and then a sharpening disc thing, folding knife. This is another little knife, which needs sharpening actually. I don't know, things like that. This here is sort of fire starting things. Fire starting discs, a lighter, matches, what are these things? Solid fuel things, they all go in a pouch. So yeah, things like that maybe. So here's our blueprint. We've decided to go with 12 centimeters, one big pouch, and then 7 further pouches of 8 centimeters. We're going to make each of the slots, if you will, 16 centimeters. And then that gives us 10 centimeters for things like the axe heads and things poking out. You can tell this is not really, what can I say? This is not a comprehensive guide on how to make one of these. And then you've got a 15 centimeter flap to flap over the top of everything. I think that's going to work. We're just winging it, obviously. So I think it's going to work. And you know, if it doesn't, we'll just make another one and make it a prototype. So I think that's what we're going to go with. Now we've got to cut out the material. So we're going to work out the dimensions with the hems. And then, yeah, cut the material out and start putting it together. Just a quick point. We're going to make this out of one piece of material. So it's going to be hard to explain. You'll see, but we've worked out the dimensions to be 57 by 68. And then we're going to have a 2 centimeter for each width and length for hems and seam allowance. Yeah. So yeah, it's going to be one piece. You'll see when we're assembling it anyway. So now to cut out the material. We've got this heavy duty thick wax canvas. I can't remember where I bought it from. I might put a link in the description, because if you want some, we buy end of roll stuff from this eBay guy and it's cheap. So we're going to mark it out and cut it, and then we'll come back. So our material is cut out. We're going to be going over and hemming it, a double hem on every side. But to give you an idea, this is kind of how it works. That's going to fold up to 16 centimeters, which is about there. And then we're going to put, we're going to stitch up here to separate each of these bits into different compartments. Then when the tools, say for instance this knife slots in like that, the flap then will come over the top like that, and then you can roll the whole thing up. So now Caroline's going to get the sewing machine ready whilst I make us coffee. Right, now to sew the hem. do it. Let's see. Hemmed all the way round. Excellent. Yeah. Happy with that. So when this flap is folded up and sewn, this is where the tools are going to come in and out. So I think I'm going to run another stitch along here, just to reinforce it. Make sure the hem doesn't come undone. So I'm going to do that now. It won't take a second and it'll be worth it, I reckon. Right, so now we're going to stitch the buckle on. I'll show you that why we've put it where it is once it's on. So I'm going to do the back edge now. Right, that's going to hold. Next step is to stitch down the side of each end. This is 18 centimeters now, we've changed it. Right, I'll keep that lined up. Messy again. Oops, I forgot to. Right, I'm gonna have to fly over this quick, yeah?
Right.
Did bunch up a little bit.
Did it?
There's no close-ups, yeah? Oh. That's shit, isn't it? I mean, that's flawless, perfect. Look at that. Do you know what? I'm going to have to live with it. It's not going to come undone, is it?
No. What the hell went on there?
I mean, it's going through quite a few layers, but this sewing machine is supposed to be able to handle it. What is that? Why has that come out? Oh, God. All right, never mind. It's fine. Right, that's enough for today, yeah? Mm-hmm. We're going to continue Wednesday.
It's going to mean nothing.
I know. Day 2. Fabrication day 2. Although I could well be wearing the same clothes, but that's, yeah, I think so. Because I've only got probably 8 or 9 clothes in total. So, but they'll be clean. They've been washed. Oh. Yeah. Anyway, we're trying to decide what to do here. We left you and we left the project at this stage. And now what we've got to do is draw out and decide how big each compartment is going to be and how many. And I think we're going to change our original plan and maybe have one big wide one and then let's use the smaller ones. But we're going to work it out, draw where the dividers are going to be, and then I'll bring you back and we'll stitch them together. So we've decided to go 16 for one pouch, 8.5, 8.5, 8.5, 8.5, 8.5, and 7, because it was easier to do the maths that way. So now, just going to draw these lines, and this is where we'll be stitching putting a line of stitching down to separate and make each little compartment. So we've been a little bit random, I guess, when we're working out the size of these. This is why I like being able to make things, because you can just do whatever you want. And you can definitely tell from watching this that I have no skill whatsoever with a sewing machine. Yeah, I can make something cool like this. I think it's cool anyway. So there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 compartments. One will be large, which will be for the maybe for the hatchet or the sharpening things. A few things could go in there. And then, yeah, even if it rolled up that big, the other way, but it'd still work. So that's that. Now to the sewing machine, and we'll finish it off. Literally nothing left to do apart from that, is there? And it's a nice sunny day. It's going to rain about 12 o'clock, so we should go out. Yeah. And we'll test it. We'll go somewhere and test it, somewhere local. Anyway, we'll get it stitched up and then come back. Gonna go nice and slow. There you go. That's all right. Yeah. Yep. I'm happy with that. Yeah. Right, and just we'll do all the others, and then yeah, show you it when it's done. It's not quite this, but we've modified it as we go along. But I think this looks good. Just give you a close up so you can see what I was saying. This is where we had issues with the thread. We think it's the thread being too thick for the needle. I'm tempted to unpick it and restitch it, but I think that'd do more harm than good because it's just going to weaken the material, and it's nice and strong. A couple of little wavy bits here. I got it wrong. My first one, not on the line. Basically, I'm just showing you it's not perfect. You see some of these tutorials online and you think that people are making stuff that's flawless, and most of the time they're not. Certainly not ours. But it's functional and I'm happy with it. So we'll put some tools in it and see how it works. Nice. I'm happy with that though. I think it looks good. Let's load it up. That's a nice fit. So is that. The strop, I wonder if that fits in. Oh wow, it does. Oh. Oh, yeah. So you can put that in, there's a little sharpening stone. This previously made pouch with some tinder stuff. Should we just chuck it in? Yeah. I'm not sure how sensible it is to have things that spark in the same sort of pouch as things that ignite, if you know what I mean. But that's a discussion for another day. Cool. Right, let's see what happens when we roll it up. Oh yeah, the flap. Yeah, with the axe, I know. Could have made that flap a bit bigger.
But we're not always going to have that in there.
I don't, do you know what? I don't think we're ever going to have that in there, to be honest. It's a bit daft. I think we'll put that in there. Okay. And just like random big things, yeah? Mm-hmm. Right, and then this flap comes down. And then we roll. And then this comes round the back. And we pull that tight. Look at that. Yeah. That's cool. And then when you want to get it out.
You're dying to see that.
Yeah. Cool. Happy. I like it. Do you like it?
I like it.
Good. Yeah. There we go. Right, we're going to put some stuff in it. Quickly get out. And let's just go out and make a coffee. Make some cowboy coffee. Okay. Take the twig stove. Go for a little bit of a walk.
Take this, which we
take this.
Need nothing.
We don't need anything. No. Well, I'm going to cut some twigs. I'm going to find a way of using it. Because I need to demonstrate it now. You need to see it functioning in the real world. A real world test. I'm sure it'll pass, but you know. It's a new thing. Just felt the first raindrop. So I think it's going to be showers all day, but we should have time to get this done. This spot will do, because we can use this as a seat. I'll get some wood. You can put the trig stove together, can't you?
Yeah.
You're better at that than me. This is such a it's just such a nice little wood. There's loads of bluebells out, and not exactly here. I picked the one spot without any. Right, here we are. There you go. How cool. Easily pleased, and I brought this as well, a little roll mat thing, which we made ages ago. It's just good for kneeling on, which I will do. Right, so first thing, I need the Laplander and some wood. You might be thinking I could just snap this, and of course I could, but then that would defeat the purpose of making a pouch to bring this. So just pretend that this is really, really hard wood. Tinder. There we go. Tinder pouch.
Yep.
This, by the way, Baco Laplander, quite cheap, and I really like it. I've used it a lot and it's still sharp.
Okay.
They're good, aren't they?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever said what this stove is. It's called a honey stove, isn't it?
Yes. We got the we had the original small one, didn't we? And then we got the, was it an extension?
Oh yeah, an
pack or
extension,
something?
yeah, called it a nest or something.
Oh gosh, I can't remember. Yes.
Yeah, so you buy the small one, then you can buy an extension to make it bigger, and then it's like a mini fire pit. It's made of titanium. It's fiddly as hell to put together, but it's super light and easily packable. Easily packable?
Yeah.
But I get too frustrated trying to assemble it, so I'll get Caroline to do it. But I would still recommend it, I think. It's just if your hands were cold, you wouldn't have a chance. I think even these are going to go straight up. This is lovely and dry, yeah.
Okay. There's a wood lice about to commit suicide.
Oh no. Is he in there?
No, he's
Oh.
about to go in there.
Oh, yeah.
Flick him away.
My nan used to call them leather jackets.
Really?
Yeah, maybe that's a Welsh thing, I don't know.
Leather jacket.
Yeah.
Is it a wood lice or a wood louse?
Wood louse, and many are wood lice. Very happy with that. And obviously you could use it for anything. That could be a proper tool roll or a utensil roll.
It's very similar to our utensil roll.
Yeah, it is, yeah. I'm happy with that. But the thing is, as I was saying earlier, you don't need any skill. I have none, like none. I think anyone with, you could buy a sewing machine, you could mess around for 4 or 5 hours, couldn't you? Learn how to use it, and then make that. Yeah, so anyone could make one of those. And it's nice to be able to custom make it for exactly what you want. I'm very happy, you can probably tell. Anyway, it's time to put the coffee in. Let's pour it in. Yeah.
It's rather a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I think we'll be running home. Bit of cold water, that'll do. And somehow, for some reason, that makes the ground settle most of the time. Doesn't seem to work for my brother for some reason. success. Yeah. We're going to pack up. And yeah, we dodged the rain. You wouldn't think that it's going to be torrential, but apparently it is. So, yeah, we'll pack up and go home. Thanks for watching. Might see you again.
Ciao.
Ciao. Smile. My God, another person.
Really?
I think so. Oh no, it wasn't. It was a squirrel. Easily confused. I didn't see it. I didn't see a squirrel and think it was a person. I heard one. Obviously a clumsy squirrel. Heavy-footed. Bye.